Hello, welcome to the series about Rugby League betting review for the Warrington versus Wigan game at the Helliwell Jones Arena live on Sky tonight. Now, this is a kind of a dead rubber for Warrington, I suppose. They're 8 points behind fourth place St Helens. St Helens were fourth now after losing to Huddersfield last night. So there's only 5 games left, so really it's season over for Warrington. So it all depends on their attitude towards us. I think Wigan have been tipped because Warrington have got nothing to play for. But I think when you're playing against Wigan, especially in the North West Derby, there's never such thing as a dead rubber. I think Warrington will be well up for this. Now, the handicap's only 4 this time. It was 8 when Wigan went there about a month ago and got very, very soundly beaten. I mean, the scoreline was only about 11 points, but I mean, the actual game, it was more comprehensive than that. Wigan were well beaten, but it's only 4 this time. And I have to say, I'd want more than that for Warrington. They've lost the last 3 and they've actually lost 4 of the last 5. Now, we do know they're very, very inconsistent. Just look at the 2 recent results to Castleford. They went there the week before the semi-final in the Cup and scored 44 points and won easily. Went back there a couple of weeks after the Cup defeat to Hull KR, and they actually lost. So, they're a very, very hard team to predict. I don't think any real result tonight would surprise anybody. But I'd certainly want more than 11-8 for Warrington to win tonight. So really we're going to have to be the value. They're only conceding 4. And like I said, they're coming in better form than they did when they went to Helliwell Jones 4 weeks ago. They've won 4 of the last 5. The first defeat in 5 was against Leeds last week, and we all saw the game. Wigan were quite unlucky. I mean, decisions go against you, but it was definitely a knock-on from Sinfield. But another day, but Wigan could have easily won that game. Decisions go against your referees. I think, Wigan had a couple of close calls to win the home game against Leeds, so and that's the way it goes sometimes. But I just think Wigan seem to have upped the intensity now. We're getting very, very near the playoffs. I mean, there's only 4 teams qualified for the playoffs this time, and there's only 5 games left. So I think this is the kind of time when Sean Wayne's teams usually start to turn it on, and they do look to be doing that. They've looked very good against Huddersfield 2 weeks ago. I don't think they quite got the credit for that win. Huddersfield showed again they're a good side last night. They defend really well. Now Wigan won the game with something to spare really, and that was a decent game of rugby between 2 good sides, and Wigan came out on top. So that's 2 good performances in a row now for Sean Wayne's men. You'd have to think anything near the level of performance, particularly second half against Leeds, be too good for this Warrington side. So you've got to think Wigan conceded maybe 4 points on the handicap. Could just about be the play in this one. Like I said, it's half the handicap they had to cover in the league game. And I didn't fancy them in the league game. Remember that. I did fancy Warrington, but I just think now the value has to be with Wigan in this one. I mean, first try scorers, there's a couple of players who are doing really well for both sides. Liam Farrell's scoring tries for fun at the moment, and he's about 16-1 for the first try. And Warren's top try scorer is actually Ben Curry, and again you can get him at 16-1. So them 2 for the first try, they could be worth hedging your stakes between them 2. Bit of value there. Like I said, they've both been in the tries in recent weeks, and like I said, Curry's had a few weeks off. He was banned, wasn't he? And like I said, he's their top scorer. So 16-1's not bad. Normally 9 and 10-1 for the team's top try scorer. So that's not bad at all. Moving on to the man of the match. Well, I mean, this game could be all about Sando. We hear all kind of rumours about his attitude to play, and sometimes apparently he's not been up for it for the Eels back in Australia. So you do wonder how he's going to perform in a game that practically really doesn't mean much to his side. But you think that if Warrington are to win, he will have to play well. He'll have to dictate the game from half back, and if he performs, they have a real chance. So to be honest with you, 8-1 he is to win the man of the match, and that's not bad at all. So that's probably the decent value bet of the game, an 8-1 shot. You can't really see where else a man in the match from Warrington would come from. He'll be dictating the play. He'll be moving them around the park. He'll be doing all the plays kicking. So you do get and he obviously kicks his own. He kicks for goal as well. So his points tally could be quite high if they get over the line. So I think 8-1's decent. And as for Wigan, you've got to be looking to Matty Smith this time. I think he could be crucial to Wigan tonight, especially if it's a bit wet. You never know, if the ground gets a bit wet, his kicking game could be crucial, especially in these tight playoff games. Well, it's Super 8, but technically it's playoffs really. I mean, your place kickers really come into the fore. I think we saw that with Sinfield for Leeds last week. So I think 8-1 for Smith. That's not bad value at all. It's somewhere where we're looking. But I mean, back to the actual outright. Wigan, you can boost that to about 4-7 on the half time, full time. But I think you're probably better taking Wigan on the handicap, conceding 4. It seems decent enough. It's probably the way to go. But maybe you want a bit of value on the winning margin. Maybe it's Wigan to win by about 11-15. That's about 6-1. it's kind of where I see this one going. Now, there's another game in the Super 8s tonight. It's probably best swerved, this one. It's Leeds but to Hull FC. Now, Hull FC had a great win at St Helens last week, and they probably are a little bit of value with 7-4 to win this. But they've been blown hot and cold all season. They'll come up with some great wins. They already won at Saints once this season. They went there and won again. And they just blow it, don't they? It's strange how they can do it, but 7-4 is not too bad. The worry for me is that obviously Leeds are rumoured to be resting players ahead of the cup final next week. So I must admit, I wouldn't be. I would just leave this game alone. I mean, Leeds had an easy win at Hull earlier on in the season in the league, so I'd probably swerve this one. But it pushed, I suppose 7-4 for the whole side that won at Saints last week. But like I say, be wary, because I'm sure Leeds will rest players ahead of the cup final. Anyway, keep following us over the weekend, and we'll see you soon. See you later.